Hi, I want to do a video today for you all out there from my company, Top Click Joe. I happen to have COVID right now. I'm a very high energy person. So me having COVID is like a normal person's energy. And so, yeah, I don't feel good. My mind's a little foggy, but I love marketing. I love what we do here at Top Click Joe for our clients. And I just wanted to show you a little that we build prompts that create bots that create blog posts for us and content. Now, yes, I have 26 writers at Top Click Joe that go in and put the human touch into it. So we don't just use AI alone. I think AI alone is terrible. If you're hiring companies that are just using AI, you're going to lose it against people like my company in the end because you got to have a human touch. And I believe in hiring people. In fact, we have 157 people right now at Top Click Joe. So we're growing, and and I hire people to take care of my clients. So they're treated well. They get the very best. But let me just share my screen, and I'm going to show you something here, how we do this. So let me make sure. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. I want to make sure I'm on the right page. This is the bot right here. One of the bots I created. I've created many bots, but this is my AI SEO pro blogger bot. So for Top Click Joe, we're into AI SEO because AI is the future. So I've studied a lot about AI over the years. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, I have one of my employees in an AI 4-day class right now that I spent a lot of money on. So we're always advancing. But let me just show you what this does. First of all, in order to build a bot, you got to have a prompt. Let me share my screen over here real quick. This is the prompt right here, the AI SEO blog writing prompt. This is 669 pages long. And if you think that's a lot of pages, I have prompts that are over 1,500 pages long. Now, I'm not going to show my prompt. It cost me well over $63,000 to learn what I'm doing here. But when we build these bots, they're built to outdo almost anybody in writing and what we do. Okay, so let me go back over here. Let me go back to the screen I was on. All right, this is my bot. So it's pretty simple using our bots. Like you would copy these questions and you would come down here and answer them. All right. And so what I do is what specific keyword or topic should we target? How people use generative AI in 2025. I want to write an article about that. I'm going after small business owners, marketers, content creators. All I did was answer the questions. Okay. I want them to schedule a free. Right here, I'm just answering. Schedule a free 30-minute Zoom meeting. What do I want to emphasize? Please read the following article and recreate it for Top Click Joe. Do not duplicate the content, but expand it to be a super blog post. Okay, so I want to expand it, and I want it to be a super blog post. And it's about how people are really using generative AI. Now, I get these posts from several places. This happens to be from the Harvard Business Review, where I got this blog post, and I just put the whole blog post in here. Now, I do not want to copy the blog post, but it did copy the headline right here. It word for word. So what I did is at the bottom, let me just go to the bottom. There's a lot here. This is probably over 7,000 words, and the actual blog post that I went after was probably like 800 words, maybe. I told it, this is great, but you copied the headline word for word from my example. Now, I trained my bots not to duplicate, but for some reason it did this. It's like anything. It's like a child. You got to train it so it won't make mistakes. Can you give me a new outlook? I love this headline, The AI Revolution in Action, How Businesses and Individuals Are Using Generative AI in 2025. So this is really good. I would use that headline, okay? But what I'm going to do is this. Go back up here, show you I answered all that. And then I just answered all the questions right here. How many words? How many words do I want my FAQ? Do I want the combined blog content and FAQ content schema code at the end? And I said yes. Okay. So now I got this blog post. And what it does, what our bots do, it's going to give you the meta title, the meta description, the slug, the blog content, body content keywords. I want to know what keywords it's going after, and my FAQ keywords that should be different because I trained it to not use the same words. By the way, FAQs are great for snippets. I'll just give you that little hint. So, here we go. I'm sorry, like I said, I have COVID. Okay, the AI revolution has arrived, but not how we expected. I'm going to copy it from here and go all the way down because this is a long blog post, and I'm going to use Copyscape to see if it's duplicate content. Go, go, go. And then I'm going to grab, this happens to be the schema code here. And we're on the FAQ portion. You can see how advanced our FAQs are. I'm going to go down, copy it. Oh, shoot, I just hit the wrong button. I got to start over. That was great. I hit the left button. All right, let me go back down. Sorry. All right, let me start here because I'm going to grab the other headline. I don't want to copy that headline. Let me go faster. This is like 1,000 miles an hour. I love it. We're going fast, fast. Okay, then I'm going to go back up. I don't need to grab the sources right now, so I'm going to grab this. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go to Copyscape. I'm going to put it in here. All right, let me go back to the top. Let me click here. Okay, let me go back and let me grab the new headline and throw this new headline in, okay? So I'm going to go back up to the top like I was, back up here at the very top, add the headline, paste, give it a little space, and let's see what we have here. And it's going to need more money because I'm sure I don't know how many words it's going to tell us right now. And there's 12,000 words in this blog post. 12,000 words with no duplicate content anywhere on the internet. Could you imagine being able to write a 12,000 word blog in seconds? This took, well, it wasn't seconds, it took about 6 minutes. Of course, I'm going to put my writers on it. We're going to add photos. We're going to do all this, but there's no duplicate content. But I don't want to stop there. Let me go back to the top of this. I'm going to copy all this. Copy. I think it got it all. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google Gemini. And Google Gemini is a great way to check to see if your blog is any good. All right. So what I wrote here is please review the following blog post and rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. Let me know if there is too much duplication. The title of the article is how people are really using, that's not the title. I got a new title. I got to change this. Hold on. Let me grab that. Let me go back to my title right here. We go back to Gemini, and let me just paste that in. Okay, now I got to go back, and I'm gonna grab the whole blog post again. Okay. Okay, let me see this. Let me know if there's too much duplication. Okay, the AI revolution in action. How business individuals are using generative AI in 2025. I got to give this a little room here. All right. Now, I copied this. Let me copy it again. Let me go back here and let me put the blog post in here, okay? There we go. It's even got my schema code in. Now I'm going to see what Gemini thinks, and it's going to take a second because there's a lot of word. So I got a 7 out of a 10. Yesterday I got a 9 out of 10. Okay, so this is very comprehensive and well-structured blog post that covers a wide range of topics related to generative AI in 2025. It is clear, practical, and offers valuable insights for its target audience of business owners, marketers, and content creators. The use of real-world examples, a case study, and a practical implementation plan makes the advice feel actionable and grounded. The article strengths are this: clear structure, actionable advice, compelling thesis, thoroughness, formatting, and presentation. Yes, there is a significant amount of duplication in the provided text. This is a common practice for search engine optimization where an FAQ section repeats information from the main body. I told my bot not to repeat it. I told it to make it new, so I'll have to go in there and fix that because I want to get a 10 out of a 10. But what I'm showing you here, which is good, is I want a 10. I want to know what's wrong with this. Without me having to read 12,000 words, I let AI read it and tell me. So now I know I can go back in and I can redo the FAQ section. So here are specific examples of duplication. So it's showing me different things right here. So I'm going to look at this and I'm going to redo it. And I'm going to go back into my bot and I'm going to say, look, you duplicated the FAQ section. Um, you duplicated some of the FAQ section and you really need to not duplicate it. So please give me a new FAQ section that expands on the body content of the blog or adds new information that's not in the blog body content. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And okay, so right here, the duplication seems intentional, likely for SEO purposes. That's always good, but I like to write for people and not SEO necessarily. Now, I know that sounds crazy. We do SEO, but we know that if we get it to where people love reading it, SEO just follows. And we know how many keywords to put in there and how to not overstuff and all that. So our stuff does rank greatly. Like I said, we don't just use AI. We use several different tools. And I would even go in. I'm not going to do this on the video because it'd take too long. But I'll use like Perplexity. I'll use Grok. I'll use different AI systems to see what it thinks and if I can get anything new out of it. So we'll spend some time on our posts. We don't just do it in 5 minutes from AI. We'll spend the day getting it correct. So it's perfect, even for our clients. That's why I have all these employees. We do 4 blogs a month for our clients, but they're well thought out, really well pictures put in there that aren't, we don't use stock photos, right? Because that's the stupidest thing you can do as an agency. You probably shouldn't even be in business if that's what you're doing. Okay, but it does make the text feel longer and more redundant for a human. Okay, I didn't read that part yet. That's what I was just telling you. I want it to be good for a human. If the goal is to create the best possible reading experience, the FAQs can be more concise and reference the main article for more detail. Exactly what I said. Or the information can be consolidated to avoid repetition. However, if the goal is to rank for specific search queries, this approach is often used. I know that. I know that I want to get into the snippets and I know I want to do those things. So, you know, if I can even ask it, I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to show you this. I added this blog post to Gemini AI to get a score and to see if there was excessive okay. All right, so I'm going to talk to my bot. All right, I added this blog post to Gemini AI to get a score between 1 and 10. I'm going to write that 1 and 10, and to see if there was excessive duplication. This is the response people from I spelled response wrong. Man, I love spell check. Right? This is a response from Gemini. All right. So I'm gonna give the response. Okay, Gemini. Okay, hold on. I want to do something else. After okay, please BCREP the FAQ after reading Gemini's response. Can you think of anything else I should be telling it right now? Because I have this other thing in my head. So if it's gonna do this, did I spell this wrong? Yeah. Oh, Gemini is I don't know how to spell response, do I? What does that mean? There we go. Okay. Here, let me do it this way. All right, hold on. No, I don't want to do that. All right, I added the blog post to Gemini AI to obtain a score between 1 and 10 and to check for excessive duplication. Please recreate the FAQ section after reading Gemini's response. Okay. Um, um, the FAQ section and the schema code. Because the schema code will have to be recreated also. All right. So now I'll go to Gemini. I'll copy all of this. I wanted to read what Gemini said. All right. Here's this. Let me go back. So I'm just showing you the work that's involved, but at the end of the day, I'm going to have a blog post better than the original blog post that I was using as an example. Like I'll have something. The original blog post is 800 to 1,000 words. This is 12,000 words, way more expanded. By the time I add photos and all this, it's going to be a great blog post. So let's see what it does. And then I'll add the new blog posts, the new FAQs to, oh, it's going to write the whole freaking thing again? Oh, wow. It's going to write the whole blog post again. So we'll come back. So I'll just be quiet for a second and I'll come back when it's done. Okay, it finished. I'm going to go ahead and go back up here now. Here's what I don't know. If it screwed up again. So I don't know if it screwed up again. Where am I? All right, I gotta go down to where I said. I gotta find it. This is the old one. Okay, there's that new headline. Here's this, and here we go. All right, now, let me just go ahead and copy all this and go back to Copyscape. Make sure that's all good. And let's see what we got here. Now, it better have listened to me. It's not like I can actually hit it or anything because it's AI. Sometimes we got to do this several times to get it right, but we always get it right. We go back to Copyscape. Let me erase this. I'm going to refresh because I'm going to do the new one. Premium. We put this in here. I'm going to spend more money. I wonder if it did, how many more, if it's the same amount of words or, because it rewrote the whole thing. This time I have 13,000 words. Wow, almost 14,000 words. No results mean there's nothing on the internet like it. All right, now that I copied that, I'm going to say, hey, Gemini, All right, so hey Gemini, I just rewrote the blog post with a new FAQ section. Can you take another look and give me a new score between 1 and 10 and if the duplication has improved? Okay, so let me just paste that in here. Bam. And let's see what it says. Man, it better have done a good job, please. And I'd love to. Now I got a 9. I got a 9 out of 10. See, a little bit of work. And I'm doing this live, folks. I'm not trying to hide anything or act like there's like some secret stuff going on in the background or we're cheating you or anything like that. But I got a 9. The changes you made are a significant improvement. The new FAQ section is excellent and has effectively addressed the previous issues of duplication. Wow. The new score. Why the new score? The core blog body remains strong. It's well structured, informative, and has an engaging premise. The new FAQ section, however, elevates the entire piece. That's what I wanted. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Overall, the blog post now feels more like a complete guide than a single topic article. The combination of the main body narrative, flow, and the FAQ's deep dive format makes for authoritative and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, there you have it. Even with COVID, and I'm laying on my dying bed, I was able to create this for you live on a video. And I may not be laying on a dying bed because I'm sitting in a chair in space behind me. But I love marketing. I love what we do here at Top Click Joe. And, I think people should be, people think that marketing is really simple. Um, I love that I'm street smart and I hire all these brilliant people to work at Top Creek Joe that are college graduates. In fact, I just hired a woman, 28 years old, with she's got a doctorate degree, and she's freaking brilliant. And she's going to be helping. She's going to be working directly with me, not with my team that works with all of our clients. She's working for Top Quick Joe to get our brand up there so I can help more and more people just like you. All right. So next time you see me, I may not have COVID and I'll have a lot more energy and we'll do something new. Have a great day. Thank you so much.